Hai teman-teman, selamat berjumpa dengan saya Regine dan selamat datang di acara special cooking show Chinese New Year bersama dengan Chef Chan. Hi Chef.
Hi.
How are you? What are you going to cook today?
Right, so we are going to make a kind of a Chinese version of Kong Ba Bao, I'll call it. Right.
Okay.
Traditionally, it's made with pork, but what we are trying to cater to more of different ethics of Indonesians, so we're actually making it using chicken today.
Oh, very interesting.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I see that it's kind of like already in grouping. Can you explain what is the grouping mean for?
Right. So to make this Kong Ba Bao is actually it comes with a few different sections. So first, obviously, you will have the steam bun, or you all call it the mantau. We're going to make a little bit of pickled cucumbers, and then the last one is which is the filling of using chicken, and then have a quick braise of it, and then we're going to stuff it into the bun.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay, very interesting. Okay, so would you like to, can you brief us a little bit about the ingredient that you're going to use?
Sure, of course. So this whole recipe is probably going to take about an hour. That's because of the bun that is going to take time to prove and everything else. So for the bun sections, what we have here, we are using plain flour. If you can find a flour called the Hong Kong flour, that's mainly specifically for people to make dim sum or buns or pao or anything, that would be perfect. And we have some milk, water, baking powder, a little bit of a yeast and sugar inside, just to get a very nice balance of flavor over there. Second sections, we have here to make the simple pickle. It's a quick pickle actually, not like the traditional where you ferment it for quite some time. So we actually have vinegar, water and sugar. That's it. So it's actually a quick pickle, very fast. Just like the local quick achar that you all make.
Yes. Wah, ini penting dicatat ya teman-teman.
And the last part, which is the most important, which is the filling. What we have using chicken. So we're actually using chicken breast here. Later I'm going to strip it up a little bit so you all can, just to speed up the process. We have some garlic, shallots, Chinese spice, which is cinnamon, bay leaf, a little bit of star anise. Oh,
is that one, Chef?
Correct, it's right over there. Ooh, and then Chinese like soy sauce, dark soy sauce, oyster sauce, and sesame oil. So which is all the very simple and easy to look for ingredients outside you can find. And also I would say this recipe, it's very interactive. You can do it with the kids at home or whoever that is you're planning to do it together. It helps bonds up the relationship with everyone as well. So people can just, the kids can join to roll out the bun a little bit.
Very good idea.
Interactive. So that's it. Shall we start?
Thank you. Let's start. What are we making first?
Yes. So like just now how we mentioned it, we're going to separate into three sections. First, we're going to start making the dough first, and it's going to prove. And then when it's proving, we are going to do the pickle, and then after that, the main filling. Right. So by using the Thermomix, you know the Thermomix it's great Thermomix. It has a function of making the dough with the machine. So what we're going to do here is that back in our kitchen, we're actually going to activate the yeast first. You can actually use the machine, for what I know. You can preset the temperature a little bit and then let it mix a little bit, and that will actually help activate the yeast. But what I'm going to do here is just a little bit old school method. So we have sugar and yeast. So as you all know, sugar and yeast, they're actually very good friends. So they will actually activate it and helps bloom up a little better.
And what is that?
We have the milk. And water. Right. So what we're going to do is that we're going to mix everything up. So it helps activate the yeast. The yeast will actually start developing a little bit more flavor with the sugar. And the water is just the medium right over there. Right. So we're just going to mix it a little bit. It doesn't take long. I mean, with the temperature we have here in Indonesia, it's more warm and humid. So it actually works very, very fast.
So this is a very manual way of making the mantau.
I would say it's something what as a chef we would like to do sometimes.
Okay.
Right? The machine helps and speed up the process. So what we have here, the flour, and then we have the yeast water, and the sugar, everything else.
So how long you have to wait for this to be activated? The yeast, milk, and sugar.
Well, it actually depends. It depends on how warm is your kitchen, right? I mean, of course, not everyone has the luxury of having an aircon kitchens and stuff like that. So it really depends. If it's somewhere that it's warm, then you will probably just take like 3-4 minutes, or sometimes actually just 1 or 2.
Okay.
This is very quick.
Wow.
Right, so what we're gonna do here is that we mix the things together, we set it into a dough function, and we are just going to mix it for about 5 minutes, right?
Wow. Oke. Ini cara baru lagi ya teman-teman, membuat bakpao atau mantau dengan cara chef professional.
So as you can see, the machine will actually just mix it by itself. They will control the directions and everything, for what I know. And we have still 2 ingredients that's not added inside: baking powder and salt.
Oh, okay.
Right. The reason why we don't really, as a chef, we don't really add it in at first is because yeast and salt, they're not really good friends.
Oh,
so the salt will actually kill the yeast if you mix it up too early. That's why we always in the kitchen, we always mix it last. And that's what we're gonna do as well. Halfway through the process, we're gonna add it in together with the baking powder. Baking powder is gonna help rise the mantau a little bit better, and then it become more fluffy.
Oh, the baking powder.
Yes, correct.
Okay, good tips.
So, like, again, in Indonesia, or in terms of making buns, bread, it's actually very subjective, and there's a lot of reasons that will affect it. Of course, when you're making bread, it affects a lot with the humidity, the temperature of where you are, everything. So the more you make, the more experienced you are, then you will know like, oh, today the temperature is a little bit more humid. It rains today, and then it's more humid. Then you got to play a little bit with the timing and everything. So this is the fun part of cooking sometimes. There's a lot of last minute thing where you need to see.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Ini kita mendengarkan tips dari profesional chef, itu caranya lain lagi ya teman-teman. Untungnya dengan adanya cookie dough di dalam Thermomix sangat membantu kita dalam menjaga temperature. So the cookie dough help us chef in taking care of the temperature that we want. For instance, for me, I'm always like a bit afraid to do this bun. So to activate the yeast at 37 degrees, this machine has done it so well. So
that's good. I mean, if you have something that's so precise that it helps with the whole process, why not using it, right? And if you're home cooking, that's what you need, precise, so you don't have to like make up new things again, and then you don't have to worry too much about it. Just leave it, do other things, you can interact with your family and friends, or whatsoever. So Alright, so like you see, I think this one is coming to an end. Right, there you go. They'll actually just let you know. So
okay, done.
Just press, open it, and then we have a very nice textures of a dough right here, right? So we're just gonna take it out, and we are going to let it proof a little bit longer by shaping it.
Wow.
And then while this thing is proving, we'll actually move on with the pickles and the filling of it. And then lastly, this is the time, that's the time where we're gonna finish up with the bun. Okay?
Wow.
So just gonna leave that on the side. So once we take it out, we're just going to shape it into a very nice dough. Right? Like what we always do, we just tight it.
Oh, that one
2
looks
hands.
so nice.
And then we just round it into a slightly smoother surface.
Wow.
Right? Just leave it in the bowl, cover it, and then we're going to prove it.
Oke, seperti biasa teman-teman. Coba kita tutup dengan ini dan
so proving will take about like half an hour. But
half an hour?
Again, like
we'll put
I
it
said,
here.
bread, everything is going to be a little bit sensitive. It really depends on the temperature, the surrounding humidity. I would say it's about 30 minutes and stuff. What we're going to do is that we're going to boil the vinegar, the water, and the sugar together to make a quick pickle. And then we are just going to put it together with the cucumber. And let it sit, let it cool down, and that's how is it going to be. So the Thermomix will have the function of a kettle. And then we're going to start, we're going to put our water. We're going to put the vinegar inside.
Okay, so one by one. 1 bowl of water, 1 bowl of vinegar.
Yes.
What kind of vinegar, Chef?
You can use any type of vinegar actually.
Okay, rice.
You can use rice vinegar, you can use normal distilled vinegar. It depends what kind of flavor you want. Again, cooking is just very versatile. You can play whatever you want with it. Depends on the mood that day and everything, right?
Okay.
So we're just going to bring it to a boil. Just leave it, bring it to a boil. And then at the same time, we are going to cut the cucumber. This cucumber is actually already washed. It's because we're going to put it inside the bun. So we're actually going to cut it diagonally. Not too thin. So that because we want that nice crunchy texture inside. So we're going to cut it at a slight angle. And then later, once it's pickled, we are going to place it together with the...
Wow, okay. Looks very good like that.
Cucumber, right?
Okay. So this one, do we need to chill the cucumber before we make the pau later on?
No.
It will be done quickly.
So it's actually a quick pickle. Unlike normal pickle where it actually takes time to let the vinegar react with the cucumber. This one is a quick one where we're going to pour the hot pickle liquid into the cucumber.
In here? Oh, okay.
So when it's hot, it will actually help activate and cook the cucumber a little bit as well. So you actually speed up the process a little bit. But you still have like the vinegary, the sourish, but it's still a little bit crunchy.
Okay. Very fast.
So this is
Ini
done.
aromanya sudah keluar.
You can smell the
vinegar.
And if you like, if you want to put some more spice inside, you can put in some coriander seed.
Okay.
You can put in some cumin seed so that it's just not plain pickle.
Or you can put turmeric also, I guess, to give color.
Yes.
Yellowish.
That would be more like an achar.
Achar kuning.
Yes. So what we do here is that we literally just going to pour it over. Right? And then when it's still hot, you pour it over. Just leave it on the side. We'll just put it at this corner here.
Okay.
Until it cools down, until we finish with whatever we are doing. By the time we finish, that should be ready. Right?
Okay.
So in this recipe, I'm actually using chicken breast. Okay. Cleaned up already. So I'm just going to strip it up. Because, how am I going to say it? Chicken breast, it's a bit more dry compared to the Thai, compared to pork where we braise it. So we are going to cut it thinner, and then we are going to cook it very, very quickly. So that it doesn't dries up.
Kebayang ya tajamnya pisaunya, Chef.
Well, you have to have a sharp knife in the kitchen, that's why.
Yes. Okay.
So we're just going to cut it in thin strips.
Okay, but if you want to use like Thai, the drumstick meat, also possible for this?
Yes, but I think that would be more work because you know the Thai and the drumstick has actually more tendon, more of the muscles. So you would probably need to clean it a bit more. If not, it won't have like this soft, nice textures you have right here.
Okay. Jadi ini direkomendasikan untuk kita memakai daging dada ayam, lebih bagus daripada paha ayam ya teman-teman.
Yep. So done with the cutting, we don't need the chopping board anymore.
Okay, chopping board right away.
We don't need the chopping board anymore. And so just gonna mix it a little bit. And we are going to just put a little bit of oil inside. And then you realize that in this recipe, I actually did not introduce any of salt.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah, that's right.
It's because we already had the light soy sauce inside, the dark soy sauce inside. In the family one, we also try to just be slightly more healthy. So we use less of those things, right? Then last, we are going to make the filling.
Yeah.
This is marinating. Okay. We have all the ingredients here. Need to marinate a little bit with the 5 spice powder.
5 spice. Okay.
As you know, Chinese cooking, they always like to use spice. Just marinate it a little bit.
So this will be a good activity we do together with our friends or family at home during the Chinese New Year.
Yeah, of course, of course. I mean, when you have your friends over, you can have like a quick chat, drinking, cooking all together. I think it'll be fun. Right, then now we're going to start cooking. So we always cook it, we just bring it to the highest temperature. And then in my case,
120.
In my case, I would say we don't set the timer because we need to see.
Okay.
A little bit of oil inside. So now we'll start cooking. What we're going to do is that we're going to cook it with a Thermomix. Set it to at 120. That is where the oil will actually be hot enough to start cooking up the garlic and shallots. So we're going to set it at 120. The timer wise, I am just going to put it at half an hour because it's going to go on and off anyway. So it doesn't really matter. So we, like what we said just now, we're waiting for it to heat up to 120 so that we can start putting in our garlic and shallot.
Okay.
Don't forget, we need to turn it down a bit lower so that you don't crush up some of the garlic.
Okay.
Right, just let it cook. You can even start smelling already. So the temperature actually heats up very, very quickly, very well. You don't want it to crush it too much. We have the rubber spatula, right?
We have it. Spatula is over here. This one. Yeah.
Right. You just leave it. Cook for a while, and then you just check.
Okay. So this is amazing. While you cook, you can decide to chop or just to stir.
Yeah, correct. I mean, if you like right now, if I think that, I didn't chop it right enough.
You still have...
I just bring it out slightly a bit higher so it crush out a little bit more.
Okay.
But in this case, I think they are good.
Okay.
It's always nice to have a little bit of a bite inside.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, so you can actually see that it's sizzling inside already. So, let's stop, and then we need to add our chicken in.
Okay.
You can even hear it actually, that it's sizzling inside.
Yeah.
So,
and the good part here, this one also, the blade can go the other way around.
Yes.
Reverse that.
Correct.
Yeah?
So that it's more mixed well, I would say.
But no longer chopping
or
cutting, yeah?
So I would say let it stir for a quick 2 minutes at 120 as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So because I said just now we mentioned, right, because this is a chicken breast, so they are actually slightly more dry compared to the chicken thigh. So we have to be very, very careful not to overcook it. We never like a dry chicken breast.
Yeah.
So it's very nice, quick, let it stir. We're gonna add in our seasoning and the spice. Like soy sauce.
Okay. Soya.
This is dark soy sauce to give it a bit of color, because if you know Tong Ba Pao is always dark in color, right?
Okay. Dark soya juga gampang kita dapatkan di Indonesia sekarang ini ya.
Oyster sauce to give a nice umami flavor. Sesame oil will finish last.
Okay.
And then we have cinnamon stick, bay leaf, star anise inside, just to give a bit more of a, very similar like a 5 spice as well, even though we marinate it already, but we just want to boost up the flavor a little bit more.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so in this case, we just watch it, let it stir fry a little bit. Alright, so it was on blend just now, because what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to chop up the meat a little bit, so that it has more like a pulled meat kind of a texture. So I was turning it on high. So now I see it's almost ready. I just turn it on to the stir function, and then you will just mix and stir by itself at the same time.
Okay.
So it's coming to an end already. It's actually just about 5, 6, 7 minutes.
Okay.
Because of the meat, it's already been stretched down, and it's chicken in this recipe, so it takes very fast to cook.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna finish off with a little bit of sesame oil. It's just to give a bit of the fragrance. In the Chinese cooking, we always add the sesame oil last. So what it does is that when sesame oil touches the heat, it releases more aroma.
Yeah.
So that it smells better.
Okay.
Right? Sorry, I'm just going to move this. It's actually almost ready.
Yeah. And the reason you put the sesame oil at the last is because you want the fragrance to stay.
Correct. Like now,
otherwise it's gone, right?
Yeah, like right now you can actually smell there's a little bit of a sesame oil flavor.
Yeah.
Because when it touches the heat, the sesame oil will actually releases the smell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then those who are actually familiar with pulled pork, you know that it's kind of a saucy, thick. There's a sauce to it.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to thicken with a little bit of a cornstarch, just to give.
Okay.
So just so that the sauce will actually stick more to the meat and give you a more mouthfeel. It's not too dry later.
Tepung jagung ya teman-teman. Jadi untuk menjaga konsistensinya supaya lebih melekat.
Yep. So we just have a bit of a cornstarch mixed with a bit of water. We're gonna add in little bit by little bit. Okay. It will depends on how thick you want it to be. Right. Just mix it. And then just let the Thermomix do the work.
Yeah.
Okay, so after done waiting to proof, right, you're good. So now we're actually going to steam the bun.
Yeah.
Using the Thermomix, a function of varoma. So varoma is actually a steam function, right?
Yes.
And then we set a varoma, we set a timer for 18 minutes.
18.
And then we set it at speed 1.
Okay.
So we're gonna steam this at medium-high heat, right? So we don't put it on straight away. We're waiting for it to get to the temperature first, and then after that only I will put the bun on top, and then we just let it steam and let the machine do the job.
Okay.
Yeah, the machine will just let us know when it's done.
Yeah.
And then so just put it on the side. At the meantime, we're going to take the meat out from the bowl, from the meat that we cooked just now. So you can see this one is actually a bit of like a shredded pork, but then you get a very Asian-y flavor. It's very different from the braised pork that we do, because braised pork is more firm, right?
Yeah.
And then like this one, we say we have like the thick sauce kind of texture.
Oh, it smells so good.
Right. And then we're just gonna get ready the rest of the thing while we are waiting. Right, so now this thing is actually a medium-high steam already. Just put it on. The timer will do itself. Right? Okay. And then we also, to finish off the thing, we actually have like what we have just now. We have the pickled cucumber, we have some sesame seeds. If you have, I think you will definitely have this. You have coriander in the fridge, you have some salads. This is what we're going to dress it off together with. Just to balance out everything, you have the meatiness, the steam sponginess of the bun. Pickle, a little bit sour. You just want to balance off everything with a little bit of greens inside. So this is what you're gonna do.
Yeah. Oh, done.
Right, so it's done.
Okay.
So now we're just going to remove it. And then
wow, very good. Looking very good. Okay. We can.
So now we're gonna do now we're going to assemble it.
Nyoban.
Yeah. So now we are going to assemble it and have all the fillings inside, right?
I can help you to try this.
Again, now, so after we make this, it's kind of an interactive kind of experience as well. You can have friends with everyone to do it together. You can try it as well, Regine.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's get a spoon and everything else and stuff. So we have our bun, just be careful, it's a little bit warm, soft. You can see it doesn't stick. You take your filling, just chuck it at the center, get a bit of the sauce, and then we have our pickle, the one that we made just now. Don't put the water in because that would be too sour. A little bit of salad greens as a nice garnish. Coriander to give the nice flavor. And then I would always sprinkle a little bit of sesame seed on top.
Wow, okay, looks pretty.
Okay, we do it like that. So let's just make a few more so you can try as well.
Okay. Shall we make it, put it on top of a tray? Very good.
So let's see, you can do it
decorate
in
it
different ways. You can always put the cucumber first and then the little bit of the salad.
Looks very nice. And then the meat also very moisture with all the sauce.
Yes, because you have the sauce, you have different textures as well. Then you just fill it up.
And now we're using chicken. I guess we can use beef also, right?
Yes, of course you can.
But more Chinese.
You can use it as well, but then you will need to test and check on the flavors and everything because the texture of the meat is different, so the timing everything will be different.
Oh, look very pretty.
So this one actually looks better, right?
Yep. Looks very nice.
Same.
Can
Cucumber.
make a few here.
A bit of the salad greens. It's just like the one that you bought outside.
Yeah, exactly. This is like in the restaurant. Jadi ini mesti dicoba ya teman-teman di rumah bersama keluarga ataupun bersama teman-teman atau dengan handai tolan waktu hari raya. Perayaan Chinese New Year kan selama 15 hari. Jadi kita bisa banyak waktu untuk membuat macam-macam masakan. Wah.
Sesame.
Yap. Cantiknya.
That's it?
Ya.
There you go. That's my take on.
Oke, ada restoran di rumah. Selamat mencoba.
Try it.
We should. Maybe I should try. Can I try one?
Of course, of course.
Okay.
You have one,
Nanti
I have 10, remember?
Saya cuma boleh coba satu loh. Nggak boleh bisa banyak-banyak. Oke, saya akan coba ya.
So the bun is soft.
Bagus sekali.
The bun is soft, it's freshly steamed, and then you have the filling inside that's moist as well. So I think it's very. And then the pickle it was sour by itself, but then if you mix it together, it actually balances.
The mix is
slightly
perfect. Yeah, this is like you go to a Chinese restaurant, you go to a dim sum or something.
They will make
the
it and
aroma
then put it in a
is
steam
also
basket for
perfectly nice. Yeah.
Yep.
I have to keep it and eat it slowly now.
Don't
Chef,
worry, we have more.
Yes, I'm going to have my plate.
Right, guys, so that's it for today. This is the kong ba pao of my interpretation. I hope you all like it and you all managed to learn something from it as well. You tried it just now, it was good.
Super.
So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, thank you very much to giving us all this cooking show that give us a lot of idea what we can do at home together during this special celebration time. Dan terima kasih pada teman-teman yang sudah bersama kami mengikuti acara Cooking Together bersama Chef Chan untuk acara spesial kita. Acara tahun baru adalah waktu di mana kita berkumpul bersama keluarga dan handai tolon. Jadi ini adalah salah satu ide yang bisa kita lakukan bersama di rumah selama perayaan Imlek. Terima kasih.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for having me. So don't forget to check on the Instagram and the YouTube channel. The recipe will be shared in the comments or in the description sections. And once you make them, don't forget to just tag the Instagram or share it on the YouTube and everything else. Cool. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.